ete na de bia mo hwe yen. We have a lot of updates ayede ebremo enewie na quickly no yebekọ electoral commission omo akache ne de nsemo a efri honom eba enso so e de abremo na yenyina enim se NDC ba ya resetting agenda no omo ma yenya ne ntie ma se edunketi akra be kasa ma yenya ne ntie se ebe kate across be bia ama institution bia ebeje ne de ewo honom enti eno eho ensem na yede ebremo na coming up no abeto dwa se petitions bia ba ama staff bi owo electoral commission office or the ensema ba betu dwa o kire se or the petition ba se yemfa enyi electoral commission chairperson Jane Mensa yenyi no emfa emfri ho na we enye wanwa because this day was very certain say ebeba yenyi enim how Ghana EC position no chairperson and as a chairman position no say the CTM aban bi aba na as ye wo ho yenyi no yemfa foforo mra ne ade na yenyi enim say resetting agenda no said the medical can say kati across institutions no yenyi say President John Dramani Mahama ba you know yemfa say Ghana Police Service IGP free ho we free ho ko na no so boba ya bedru Chief Justice ono so ekoka no ma ono so efri ho no ekoya no so petition kro ya no de koya omodi eyi no ede no efri ho enti eno na monfo bebre kasa ede efa ho se na isi nso na a lot of people had the men can say were expected say ho so such a kakra betimi efri ho no ma ba na ye hwe enimu say okay be betimi akọ bia next year mu ho ansa na ehus this kind of change no but am say aban na ntimi antwen ana say yemfa na say omo ntimi antwen me fa nkọ sha aban no because enimu say petition no eba every aban ho na eba ba dodo na hu ne say we de omo sha ase e na omo ewo ho se de CJ de ne ye ya ekoba say obi na de petition aba ama yehwehwe mu a yegina so a ede ayi na free ho no enti yenyina enim say it was more of a year resetting agenda na akwa kan EC chairperson na ye hwa about a course so pink sheet ho sensem any ade ama ye a lot of a year rerun a lot of a year court cases after election. I mean, one of the election I call a lot of court cases meant me who say mentiasie na bane abobo and the pink sheet no ye ebi mu ya titi pink sheet mu ni ade a lot of issues and abobo bae with the second election because she was appointed in 2018 and the first election was the 2020 election. Also I call ya be for the 2024 election a hon sem bebre nyina any yenim enti yenhwe this is what we have on our screens. EC staff petitions President Mahama to remove chairperson Jane Mensa and any deputies. Enti eno ehon sem ena yede brem no enti ni two deputies no bossman Eric Asari ono eka ho ena Samuel Tete eno so eka ho staff ni din Joseph Blankson Adumaji adwuma ewo electoral commission office ono any the petition aba say yenyi the boss and the two deputies in free ho na ne sam ne say there are so many and as a lot of irregularities and so electoral commission where it is affecting the transparency and Ghana electoral system in general a lot of irregularities no it is affecting Ghana elections. I know yedin kan bo bi so achemo nim sam with 2024 elections niema ekoko so any adintia no and a staff ne dia ba or say the Niama Econo is threatening the credibility of electoral results. Him say currently the last 2024 elections are here too, you know. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia had to come out quickly. Him the echo said they are about to enable Bobani Adeno. It took Dr. Mahmoud Baumia to me about 10 terms so better said the Ebo Conedi who say we didn't try and say no echi and sign a declaration no and so twice so aba yen afterwards no a lot of incidents in the sea so twice so the free honum the buy enti no and ama Joseph Blankson they akọ say or the petition aba say the boss ono angasa ne boss yen emfa no free honum na yen say I said don't get akra be kasai at a point omoba aban mu foforo no somewhere May April May mu ho ode ne December 2 dwa ye bisa no sese ade ebobokoi sign anaza hwan ne hwan na no ho betimi aka ewo researching agenda yi ho yi so ne nsem ode to dwa de bebre enti ye beko ne akotie chairman Sedun Ketia ne nsem a ode to dwa because ono enema ye hu say clearly researching agenda na enye economy ne nko a enye yemfa ne say education sector infrastructure ni projects nko a da be institution bia so ebegene de say dem di kan nti enko ne nkotie ne nsem a odi tudwa because at a point NDC for nankasa na ebi mu fili say osenka we esi da nti omu say ekokọ at the end of the year no so ye hwe next year ne ye hwe de ebesi ye ntimi antwempo ama 2026 ama nti enko ne nkotie chairman Sedun Ketia ne nsem odi tudwa ye wi a ne abeto aso de amamo.
What should we do now?
Nameno tokono
me de abrewa obewu ani hu ehu
abrewa bewu ani hu
wa obekwa akoka se wu na nan wu na ubewu ubedi kan ja no
wow
enu nti asem wo ye wo court no me mpese me de ma no beben ho ma court no nka na sem se we conduct ti say wa no wa umfa nkote asoja hahan ma omo ma court na meka na sem na enwie na yemfa metu dwa se de ye hunu munie what is that sem we buy maka ho asem
dabi
enka ho asem
so de ya no akota no aboma ho
beginning no a yanya mai no na me ka se ehia se ye reset e judiciary
okay
ehia se ye reset electoral commission
okay
ehia se ye reset they say auditor general honom ne in bobo eno na me kan bo mu yes say we need institutional reset
and you still stand by and
I still stand by those
electoral commission so reset electoral commission
na hwan na kofa asemu ibaye enye me na me kofa baye
one na de baye
na ade sanda ben na nkwanta yira se ade ya wini awie nti electoral commission wa be dane soro abofo
the commissioner no onko
me de top ho nyina nye ba
chairman Sedun Ketia nsem na ekutie na eso no ne de ono eba na no start boy din a o se yi omu nyina de omu efri honom enti em se de edi ka kan enam ne kwan mu ano no aban bi aba they want to do some of these changes enti NDC almost eba aban mu no and some of these resetting agenda no de akọ institutions a obia agene de public accounts committee auditor general agene de IGP agene de CJ enso so honum nyina de abaso honum a yehu se chief justice enso so ko nne ye da sorry ya akonya petition a kire staff na we na bi mu dodo na akasa wo se enye staff keke wo Oba sorry say wo the petition na akoma president no wo as a staff of electoral commission wo kwant mean sorry more so say wo kudi say adwuma no a lot of people think say yes the NDC is behind this petitioner or more ede president wo say de be ya obetimi ede nensa hase na say akoto ho mpa wie ni say ye be start edi ho adwuma na ye yi na fio na a lot of reactions ba from the NDC any MPP but before that no yen kan emu details kakra mfa mamo we are near reactions, both NDC and MPP. A lot of people are talking about it. And you see EC staff petitions Mahama to remove chairperson Jane Mensa and the deputies. And you can also see on your screens. Or say a staff member of the Electoral Commission, Joseph Blankson Eduji, has formally petitioned President John Dramani Mahama to initiate the removal of the chairperson of the ECG in Mensa and her two deputies, Dr. Bosman Eric Asari and Samuel Tete, citing alleged misconduct that he says threatens the credibility of Ghana's electoral system. In a statement issued on Monday in the 24th of November, Mr. Ejuzi confirmed that the petition was submitted in line with Article 146 of the 1992 Constitution, which outlines the procedure for removing heads of independent constitutional bodies. Although he declined to disclose the full details of the petition as required by law, he revealed that it is anchored on 12 counts of stated misbehavior. And you don't know Niema bako dumienu a wa state e won petition ni ma o kire se sa niema dumienu yi so no pese yenyina na yenhwehwem e se e ba se ya e be di nka hwehwem e be hwehwem se e bo mo na se mo yen nim se omo e won sem e wo court that Imani Ghana dey say bi ba say o ma ton some EC allegedly o ma ton some EC equipment bi for scrap on tiase say sa sale no and I say sa na na mo ton ye no e course so sa nsem we nyina akeka ho ebi wo court say am no ka say ya mo e ka ho asem enti ono no according to electoral commission officer no and I say worker and staff no ono no who say there are some counts of about 12 counts of misconduct and ode eno ho ensem akwakoto President John Dramani Mahama anymore or say omo hwe no munyina san nsem no so na omo efenyi electoral commission chairperson yes Jane Adukwe Mensa enfano enfriho. Mr. Duji stated that his actions are driven solely by the need to safeguard the constitution and strengthen accountable governance, emphasizing the need to protect the dignity of the Electoral Commission, which is essential to ensuring a credible democratic system. He further called on President Mahama to fulfill his constitutional obligation by referring the petition to the Chief Justice for the establishment of a prima facie case in accordance with Article 146 procedures. And he said, "Akakoton way, unse emramun sem say yes, ekoton ho na President afa na or the hujuma." And he President or Chief Justice and I said Chief of Staff and obe oda say enko CJ ho. And I said yes, Chief Justice ho na omo enhwehwem na omo establish a prima facie case in accordance with Article 146. The procedures na yegina so edigi state institution independent yedigina so de yi omo panyimfo de omo free ho no eno yes Mr. Eduji ono so ede akọ worker owo electoral commission ti enko ne enkohwe some reactions baye no ensem ben na amanfo ka from both parties no omo aban mu no omo opposition ensem ben no omo kan. First of all enko hwe sa reaction we ye baye de ho nsem ewo ho so ebetudwa because a lot of people are talking. It is very saddened to some even the ruling party, you know, some of the members and independent for some of them, it is saddened to them because men can say bia or when how and commercial money that's say you be way if you are a beko way if you are a beko way so the woman says a new Chief Justice. I see I swear in or start here in the Jumano. Who is next? And Tina Ebimu say it is too sudden near there. It's you the young Konyanko heard this reaction. If you are a rabbit to us on the Amamus here.
I don't mess radio 1.9%. I miss a womp. Get it, get a medicine. Yeah, I'm going there. What we want money won't come. Yes, easy stuff. Petition President Mahama to remove Jane Mensa and her two deputies. And you will go to and China. Yes, easy on one staff. I petition my penny saying Jane Mensa on one more day. Oh, to me, a human is a tunnel. 8 man penny, easy, you know, on Pamono. Na Jamesa some dear. Yan never say get any deep bronyo, ye deep bronyo we are. Nike can celebrate no. And I was motive you got oh Obio to be the easy no matter just scraps. Etonas scraps. Jamesa was our hot. Hey! Well, you person the consume. You go no Jamesa no. Na sombre. On this to James, I don't know if you're going to Nigeria. Oh, no, a British on the yes. It's James on one staff. I put him up, but he said, Young Pamono, now the money more and swine and from Swabi one who baby. No, because I can answer more called James. Tom easy normal say as scraps. Hey, me say reset yeah reset be yeah reset for money na. Me say reset yeah be reset for your market shoe na ka. Omo frufia o metinga.
Bilini, why give me a
Busua ena de bia ka no yesi obi benya wa na efiri yare abusua na mo so ka ho because wu na won to na mo ena ma obi kro no enya abusua me kan for Salinas scientific herbal.
And yes, this is some reactions are you know you cohere ya see the resetting no am so obi abegene de said the etie no. And yes, also said na ye can ye code details the amamono to establish a prima facie case no. So see he has about 12 counts of some or they are bought EC that is stated on the petition nimu. And he says unless there is a counter evidence, because on any evidence no say while still 12 counts no there should be evidence actually say san some way near my walisti no credit say a see and I say I told you, you know, this is different from say obiako assume near the ordinary police station, that police agent statements no the assembly no court we no sama ya state e petition nim no e was see one after the other with a evidence and no a primer evidence you show me who say a bona and san yet me establish a very nice case at the about a year electoral commission chairperson not ye so you know, and unless say there is going to be a counter evidence. I bet you say someone has stated and I said 12 counts of a misconduct. I have stated or petition him no in so be anymore. You bet me a year counter evidence no about and some no at wogu say there is no case and no and someone and he say he has a stance now 12 counts of misconduct and Mr. Eduji or work our electoral commission or they are bought on the bosses Mensa or the abo say President John Dramani Mahama enyina so no mo nhwem na omo hu say ebona omo establish this particular case no na omo e the abo no ejina so e the EC chairperson Jane Mensa e the no every ho or ne two deputies Bossman Eric Asare and Samuel Tete ye de yi omo mienu nyina na so omo Mensa e de omo afri ho as EC chair ohun ne say ye aban timi gina so no omo yes an ema we it will bring back the credibility of Ghanaian elections ye to oba we a mentime ho ase bebrebe na ewo mu no and even the operations of the electoral commission omo office on niema ekoso procurement nsem any afterwards ye betimi ahwe amaniema ni bi asai ni akwakoton no scrap any adesa niema ni nyina eto ebetimi atwa ewo electoral commission ho enti we any ensema efi electoral commission ho the eba enti yes we have this for you on Pinaxtv. Yet so na yako Nigeria then yaba back to Ghana ensem ben na ekoso ebeto dwa say eye yemfa ne say Ghana hanka MTTD omo officer baako abrante bi akoku one ne yere anase wakoku one ne ba sorry one ne ba na no na way screen so Victor Fejemirokun accused of abducting and killing Federal Road Safety Corps officer and her daughter in Nigeria has been arrested in Ghana. We any and someone ba abeto ya pono so ayede e ma na transna gimu ntremu ene say Sir Victor Fejemirokun he's 26 years old. Na ebeto dwa say wachi eye sa FRSC sa Road Safety Corps officer wachi no ene ne ba wachi omu mienu na ochi omu no ochi omu Abeokuta state ena odi omu call Osun state ena okoye na okoku omu okoji omu nkwa edi free omu nsem ya na enumu no wie ye no odwane ye ewurawura ma be pie Ghana nti obepie Ghana no okopie mu so ewo Eastern region enti Eastern region ho no ena sisi edi aba beto dwa sisi edi yache no na mamidin e the SRC Fumilayo Oluwa Yokin one ne ba Sewa Lasisi omo emienu na branch yi echi omo mienu a osan so eje omo enkwa edi efri omo nsem ti sisi abranch yi achim wanchi ɛna yɛn nsa kɔka na polisifoɔ aduadua mu with an intelligence bi ɔmo nsa kaeɛ ɔmo atumi akɔkye ɛyɛ aberante yɛ ɔyɛ Nigeria ni a ɔbɛpie mu wɔ Ghana ha yi enti yɛbɛkɔ ne akɔhwɛ polisifoɔ video omo enyema omo I mean their press conference omo yeah explaining the details into how they were able to capture this Victor Abranti your friend or Victor because unipa watimi ekum obi wo Nigeria or PM wo Ghana had ni hu panti police for metimi abo mo homode omo sa aka nti yenko ne gotie nkyiremu every public affairs unit a ewo Eastern Regional Police Command ho na ye wi a ye de aka so abeto amo so yenko ne yemra sese
about an arrest of a Nigerian man suspected to have killed a woman and her daughter in Nigeria and ran to hide in Ghana to avoid the Nigerian police from arresting him. Suspect Victor Benjamin Fujumil Kum, 26 years, was arrested based on an interception of a viral video which it was being alleged that he has adopted and murdered a lady who works with the Road Safety Corps, that is FRSC, and her daughter in Abeokuta, Ogun State in Nigeria. The suspect was wanted by the Nigeria police, but he ran to Ghana to hide with his friends at Achim Wenchi, a suburb of the Eastern South Regional Police Command, on receipt of the information that the suspect was hiding in his friend's house at Akotia, quickly deployed an intelligence-led operations to arrest the suspect in his hideout at Achimwenchi in the Eastern region. The suspect is currently in police custody as frantic efforts are underway to hand him over to the Nigerian authorities. Further updates will be communicated, please. On this note, we are entreating the public as a matter of urgency to inform the police about any suspicious movement of any person or group of persons in their communities to prevent crime. We assure the public of sustained operations to deal with any criminal activities in the jurisdiction. Thank you for your audience.
And yes, public affairs units Eastern Regional Police Command almost some and ede ebetu jano ho. And yes, the statements by our release into ebeko niako kanye no but unsen sembi say no na ehwehwe aso say immigration niema ben and I say adwuma ben na mo bo border ne so because se obi anya na adwuma yi na akwakọ wi obi fufuro so se nipa kro no so oto aso so ntimi anya na adwuma yi nipa na oba be wi no ho abewura oman nim se boni bi na obedi a na je se obi a ho betimi aka because se oba be hye ne friends nchen yi se eye se yesoma no se onkofa nipa mfiri Nigeria mfa ne mraga na meye adwuma emeye dro bi mpesika na bibi ana se ho de na nso no oba fa bi free Ghana de akọ ni nyina ye nkyiremu a e bia ekọ nanim yensa be ka but so obi anya na adwuma yi a edensem brain eba enye police for no bomb homodin a eye den na branch etimi rewura mu ebepie ha etia no so eye nsem bebre a ewo ho nti yebekọ na ye de eye statement no enso so ya kan mu nsem kakra e de amamo nti we eye press release public affairs unit Eastern South Regional Police Command Ghana Police Service chebi na omode we enso so abanti yebekọ na ya kan mu one after the other near the ambao. Was the police arrest an alleged Nigerian fugitive in Akwetia? And you see the Eastern South. Also, the Eastern South Regional Police Command has arrested 26-year-old Nigerian man suspected to have killed a woman and her daughter in Nigeria and ran to hide in Ghana to avoid the Nigerian police from arresting him. The suspect, Victor Benjamin Feje Mirokum, was arrested based on an interception of a viral video in which it was being alleged that he has abducted and murdered a lady who works with Road Safety Corps and her daughter in Abeokuta, Ogun State in Nigeria. Yes, by na momu nyanentie se bibi sei na akoso abrantie no wache obi ene ne baba a waji omo nkwan free omo nsem abrantie no fa mu obepie Ghana ha no omo ehun say yes also omo hwem na omo hwe so omo sa be kan abrantie ne de na free Ghana ha. So the suspect was wanted by the Nigerian police, but he ran to Ghana and hid with his friends at Achim Wenchi, a suburb of Akwetia. On receipt of the information that the suspect was hiding in his friend's house at Akwetia, the Eastern South Regional Police Command quickly deployed an intelligence-led operations to arrest the suspect in his hideout at Achim Wenchi. It's your union and TSA Branty. Yes, say, well, we pay Ghana. Obepie mu Ghana no so. Okwose na damfo bi edem. Enti ye ka an intelligence-led operation a enye se omo sori na omo fa tuo go hey no mkwache da bi. Eden ya oba Ghana no odwuma bi obedi anase ye ko hwenhwem atietie mu ahu se ampa efie poti wemu na ohye anase ekwan bi ebefa so update abrantie no ama na pie from his shelter. Ebetimi ama police for answer etimi akano no. And you say the suspect is currently in police custody as frantic efforts are underway to hand him over to the Nigerian authorities. We are entreating the public as a matter of urgency to inform the police about any suspicious movement of any person or group of persons in their communities to prevent crime. The public assured of a sustained operations to deal with any criminal activities in the jurisdiction. And yes, obi ba no betena ofie anasa wo ho na branch a new person bi aba on nam ho ase ne nantie mu ne niam a oyeye no ase hwehwe aso onti ase emu erem kakra bon ho so na kom ekoyi police for asutire se de be yo mu betimi agina so no ma yehwehwemu se enye ni papa anase so ye ni papa no so etimi aboa na ya remove threats ekoso ewo communities no. So this is signed by David Fiankoche, DSP Public Affairs Unit Eastern South region of the Ghana Police Service and now already release we at the abant. Say the abant no ono e da screen so no hwe na hwe ni ye ono e da screen so no see the yetimi ache no see the omo ye nhyehyeye say Ghana Police omo betimi transfer no back to Nigeria omo ebe handing over to Nigerian police na omo enso ahwe na omo aka na asem e de no free honom enti no any and someone a free the Eastern Regional Police Command or the air bars. He said that they be you're relating it to Nigeria must go near Adeno. You see, a branch from Benin, Togo, Ghana, and Obe because Ohun is a Ghana dear. Onya be PM happy the Opebia, the Opes or Yepia. Obetimi aye ewo hono no ene kofa aye Ghana must go ne ho nsensem Nigeria must go ene ho nsensem nyina de ba ya. I said now yentimi kan wie ye ehu ba bia di besi because we have me ha many and asa me mbo misire mu fanka a lot of them. So we have some of such people in our communities. Ebi mo kidnapping and say na abeto dwa ya chi wei ye de we akosie ye jiska. Some of them can even kidnap from Ghana here. Mutimi for be free ha. No de na ko Nigeria. No ma free back to Ghana. Say omo je ransom. Some of these things are happening. Some of them to internet. Oh, onu be din komo. Oh, say. Some people in Ghana omo be bo omo so free from Ghana here. No mo akọ Nigeria. They will call back their families in Ghana. No mo je ransom. And kidnapping started by a lot of people were talking about the fact that this is not our culture. This is not part of us. Yes, culture. Ebi ye papa, ebi nye papa. And something like kidnapping, yakofo obiasie, ya fanu no mu first camera ni adino. It is not Ghana. Enye culture. So anyway, odinga kwachi omuju hwemwa say operation be kidnapping because they were kidnapped before the killing. It's your ransom and ebia man amadia say bon humani meja mama kona da chi me makobo mi din say me kidnapper de e de no waje won kwa free wonsem nti oje won kwa free wonsem sa na is akoya asem foforo enti eye ni gisam say Ghana Police Service omo etimi agina so abranti omo ache na ye bedo omo se e wo honom ye hwe say omo be deported back to Nigeria na omo edina asem ewo ehonom nti we ni update free Eastern Regional Police Command ho eba Nigeria ni wom wache obi agi ne nkwan obi ne ba o ere hosem nti ye to aso na ye de update no e de amamo ye ko Apostle Francis Amakwata Parliament chapel na yes ho na ye de ensem free eba Nisam no say apart from the dollar, what has really changed in this country? Bibia ni ho asesa apart from a dollar no. Eno pe na Apostle Francis Amakwata ehu ne say eno pe ne ade asesa wo Ghana ha na bibia eni ho asesa ewo oman Ghana yimu. And some way beto John a lot of people are talking about it in a very nice way. People are trying to bash also for penny say and some of the to Jano or Montiase because Ghana ha NDC buy untimin can say dollar ne pe and assess. A lot of people are also talking in counter to a year and someone papa ede ababa to dray enti yebekoni some of the niema ekokoso and as a niema amount for fasa this particular year as someone papa ede kan eko kan ye ebi mu chese enka wankasa kra ye silence is golden. It is better to keep quiet than to talk. Na obeka someone ebema nipa dodo na atwon ewa aboso na hwan eneka say DKB enyina enim DKB any affiliations with the New Democratic Congress and semben na odi to dwanti before ebeko DKB ho no yebeko ne akotie Apostle Francis Amakwata onu akasa ne nsem a odi to dwa wa bra no okasa talking about Ghana's economy, Ghana's dollar against the cedi and I say the cedi against the dollar no how onu hu ne say no penny dia asesa wo Ghana say ye go tie Apostle Francis Amakwata if you ba ne akodi DKB ensembe no dia to dwa reactions na ye de ni nyina bra mu tie enko ne samra
say face fata ye chenya be enya yira be mansini ana mebwa apart from dollar akọ from bibia asesa bi
oh say oban ne chechire no ano muguso ade omo be ye to so no muso so aso
enti se sa na tie dia den se ya ye wom no ya mpe bibi anye se ya ye wom no ya mfa yensa wo ya anye adwuma
aban bia beba
beko se aka 2 months na wan ye atwa mo enti wo no dia na ya ma wo
enti yes yenhwe. This is what Apostle Francis Amakwata edi etuja. Na a lot of people are bashing him. Sending some more Canadian and kawanka crank because you see after say waka say dollar ne nkwana asesano. Then some more say catch say we yatimemuni we citizen. Na say wan pay dwumadie bi ani amfa amoa ho a. Wan kasa no aban ni ntimi emmeye bibia emeboa. Because ebimu hu ne say he's speaking out of context. Asambe na papa ken. Enti yenko na yenko tie hu ne say a lot of people omo fanning nsem no I mean nsem wo kan no ebimu taking out of onu ankasa na dwenkyira no beso wo kire no ebimu taking out of context kire say said your papa person ko kire na asem no enye sa na people are trying to interpret it out there. Enti we DKB ono so ne dia or de ebaye or say yes silence good power and that way enso so e de ababeto edwa said the $1 billion question ebi mu hu ne say asama papa ne gina so anka wo peso wo kan kasa no enye eno na momo react to it no people are taking this no out of context and omo say differently ewo baby foforo enti since said it apart from the dollar what has really changed in this country no a lot of people are taking no out of context enti this is coming from Apostle Francis Amakwata and amount for bebre and so as start here omo bash no just because probably omo answer that until the papa ne can say anase saying ebi mu so kire say papa said ye ebi mu holding a lot of yes some ya so from penny for you holding omo in high esteem na say omo be can say a lot of people feel say enka wankasa kra nke ye enti we every Apostle Francis Amakwata ne nsem odi betu dwa or just a dollar no kwa na atimi aye bibi apart from no Ghana bibi ani ho asesa positively Ghana has since NDC omoba aban mu amanfo nso echiremu in a very different direction no ensem na ye de ebremu no ye to aso ne akọ minority leader afenyo marking ne ho ne de ne ho nsem aba betudwa na nsen no de picture bi betudwa sesi akọ keta see no anasa mpona no ho no masterte and omutu anwea say the bank of the sea no anwea na kebetimi hold the sea no kakra impose ebufa so the next resort is sea defense saa anwea no omo start a omo eye sand winning ewo ho ebe kakra no na omu create a very different lagoon a ebobo ede eba kwan mu ne community nim enti e no na odi betu dwa o kire se picture no eye keta ana se keta ewo Volta region ho na saa niema we ekoso ewo pona no na hwehwe mu ne hu se picture yi enye na enne picture a date back into 2013 or the apology near a chow pack a seer party about minority leader. I no kasa obi ntimi nke bi parliament also okasa no man ankasa ne obesori akọ ye nyina hwe de see ye chief justice vetin ase obeso okasa majority leader Mahama yarigan so se o man nkasa ni bufu yi no osori no okoye enti ene afenyo makisa ampa babonti a ode achew pe ba ne eze emu ayehu kakra wo honom ti yenko ne yenko tie ne nsem ode tudwa at a point someone had to school him how I obetimi verify content and I say information be on sabe can how obetimi verify and sana once wa go ahead no akwa share into the yenko ne yenko apology no ne how the whole thing unfolded with afenyo makina samra sisi.
They are emphatically wrong. This is Sierra Leone. They are emphatically wrong. This is Sierra Leone. I am saying that. Do you know that this is Sierra Leone? I wouldn't know. Let me show you. I wouldn't know. Let me show you. This is important because we are learning. Sure. I want to show you that this is indeed not Keta, right? So we try to check this, Honorable, because we know the controversy this has generated is one of those that people have raised. So we divert from the main. No, we haven't, because it's important. For me, it's important that we serve the people, and you've apologized, and so we just have to settle this. For anybody who likes to use this picture in the future, because they've had Afenyo Makin use it, to know that this is Google, by the way. Just to explain what I'm doing. This is Google. Google allows you, if you have a picture you are not sure of, to do what they call reverse image search. You put a picture in Google, and then this is the picture. Google will show you where the picture originated from, and it says show picture mark. That's it. Now Google is going to tell us what the problem is with this picture and tell you what the source is. Now Google tells you all the related images to the picture. Now let's go back to 2013. 2013, right? This is the first time this picture, and this, by the way, is February 1, 2013. Google says first time this picture was used was on 1st of February 2013. Here you are, Honorable. And it says, sand winning is fast eroding beaches near Sierra Leonean capital, Freetown. On Hamilton Beach, up to 40 trucks can be lined up at any one time to be loaded with sand. January 2013, and it's attributed, in fact, this is the originator of the picture, Tommy Trenchard Erin. Erin, by the way, is the United Nations News Agency. Honorable, so that is the original source of this. And for everybody who wants to use this picture, and people have used it since you published it, Honorable, this is not Keta. This is Sierra Leone. If you want more evidence, Google gives you more evidence. Because again, after the 1st of February publication, other websites picked it up. 4th of February 2013, again, we see another website picked it up. But the thing about all these websites is that they all accurately attribute this. Tourism revival threatening by massive sand wind. Again, Tommy Trenchard Erin. And this story again is talking about Sierra Leonean capital, Freetown. So fundamentally, Honorable says he's apologized. But this is important for us as a people to note that you can't use it to refer to Keta because it's not. And Google settles the debate for all of us. You can go through this all the time and you see that. So it can be a 2013 picture, can be a 2021 picture, as evidence shows. Honorable. So that is the evidence that shows that. So if Cover Ghana is categorically wrong, and you use a wrong picture to tell the people that sand winning was happening in Keta.
We are in a public discourse.
Yeah.
Nothing should stop you from saying I'm sorry when the evidence is that you got it wrong. All right? And on this call, on the picture, I've told you that I did further due diligence when the matter came into dispute. Okay. And I noticed on Saturday afternoon, whilst we were in office, to delve deep into this, they had pulled it down. So I have no reason to rely on it. And it has also been confirmed through our own effort, through your effort, that indeed the picture.
Okay, so that was the honorable minority leader in parliament in our ordinance at a point he had to be schooled as to how you have to be able to verify yes, some content you share out there. And you know and somewhere free honorable Afenyo Markins, minority leader in parliament, honoma the by say some picture or share ya no or say kita see ho baby ena o master A2 anwa e wo honom no na che se enye no kre na picture no kra no it dates back in 2013 na ho Sierra Leone omo omo etimi yes that kind of sand wind no e wo empoano ena omo ekọ omo te se galamse ekoso wa he omo so edi sa adwuma na enfam ra kwan mu de. But that is what is happening in Sierra Leone. And somewhere back in 2013, and Sanya May Ekoso was Sierra Leone, or more eco fast our picture now, or more a posty here trying to talk about a yes, sun winning I will see. To say Ghana, I answer Fagalam say near Kamwasem no. It's the same thing, and I Ekoso where yes, Sierra Leone or Muk fast our picture no, and no more Edeka Assem or Sierra Leone ho, and no, and I don't know about Fenyo Markins who fire or ba a betray Musa the Ekoso Ewokita any idea. Ababon say, and ye Ghana ha. Enye Ghana ha kra enti senkamo pe MPP mo pe dia ba be nema na se propaganda bi wo Ghana ha abe kire se nsem ekoso se keta na yentu gold wo hono ma behwe so mo ye sand winning aban ebon ho modern posen ke be build this defense no the one that has been created naturally no mo ko hwe keta omo start esesa anwa no nyina e de afri ho ababonten se sisi de hono nye no kre ono abo ono ankasa ababonten the apology aba ote ne kasa I say yes. I mean, who you mistake na say evidence ba say the okan na say niam a wo ye no no kra bi anymore. I say wan gasa wo ba bonten na obeji tum na obe patcho na say ye de be chewa ye nyina ye gina so na ye de achew. Na emum ko na enkoye boni bio ho na omo try say omo kire no ko obefa so a onko ye sa mistake ni bio as a minority leader in parliament and then an MP honomenti we Afenyo Markins ne ho na free air basesie no ye to so na ye de amamo ye Kwesi Pratt ho na Kwesi Pratt din nsem bia betudwa o se ono onte ase kra say all of a sudden ono the Christian Council abekasa o say onte ase say President John Dramani Mahama Christian Council for ba ne ho be kire ne say National Cathedral the erstwhile government omo started here no omusi president former president Ado Akufo-Addo started here say osi when yensi enwie ono na se nyankopon wa hye nyankopon bo Ghana for ntia ase se wo nyankopon na wo hye ne bo ye den na wo de Ghana sika na edi sa adwuma no ebe wi ahire ewonsem bebre over $400 million ye di tu amna ewo Ghana ha se ya bim dodo na ntia ase enne president John Dramani Mahama aba ban mu Christian Council o makone na ase e de go to ju as a president go back na ekosi asori dan for me nyame wate na ni nyina aboa e ma oman no etimi ye mpa ye open mpa ya aboa oman na obetimi akọ bibie ni a uni nyame ntem kwan anwa o se ho so be parliament na nka ye ya na nka nyame ejire mu akan asema man na president so e show mo boss se se edie asema ba ho o mo hwehwem enti omo hwehwem animu sikasem ne ade ye hwehwem nyina akosi ekire ya forensic audit no omo ye nyina ahia no ne Christian Council for atenase no mo hwe kwan obeba so asi asori dan no ahwie Kwesi Pratt da bi ono de he disagree na yenko ne yenkohwe ensem o de to dwa wo I disagree no ho asem na Kwesi Pratt de atudwa. That is what we have on your screens. Ono de ne hashtag aba minim so oba be start bibia o say hashtag I disagree. We me say Kwesi Pratt ankasa ne post here because oye hashtag anti enka I ni disagree nka be twra bom na yenkan na yento aso ne mfama mo say many things appear to have happened when the leadership of the Christian Council called on the president at the Flagstaff House It is interesting that the Christian Council could ask the president to continue building the so-called National Cathedral, even as they admitted that the people of Ghana are going through excruciating hardship. Christian Council mo angasa mo agya tum se Ghana fo ho kire wo mo. Enti ono Kwesi Pratt onti ase se after some agya tum se Ghana fo ho kire wo mo no, yes am pesika enfa nkosi National Cathedral. This is Kwesi Pratt speaking. Also onti ase oni omo nya adwen. Anka Christian Council de ahumabo mu se Ghana fo ho kire wo mo a the next thing to do no is it the National Cathedral. Enti eno no so ono de onti ase. Also what worries me, it's not the insensitivity of the men and women in Kasok. It is the response of the John Dramani, of the president, who said that after the audit on the cathedral is finished, he will sit down with them to discuss how to build a fitting place of worship. Also, on the yes, Christian Council, mona mo se Ghana for ho chiro mo, but abino enya Ghana for asem no munko si National Cathedral. And only near Hano, Samona Sana Mujidi they are fine. Nan president na nkasa ne nsem a odi to dwa say ye audit na oni omo betena se na omo ahwe kwan omo besi National Cathedral o say no hwehwe na so onti ase. The point must be made that government has no business building any place of worship with anybody. Enya aban ene enka onu hu ne say Christian Council for mo amon kotena e ma mo fa bibia me so aban ne kon. Christian Council, mo betimi asidi a mo amon kohwe kwan you solicit for funds and continue the project. Project ne sika akomu no ye hwehwem ye betimi age. Ye ntimi nyi na se kokwa ebe kokwa. Na se aban ni di sika sanfa nko hyemu pa de Kwesi Pratt debi. Onti ase. Enti o say the point must be made that government has no business aban ni ene Ghana for ni twaka bia so mo mesi asori dan fama no. O say the people of Ghana did not elect President Mahama to pray for them. They can do that for themselves in their numerous religious centers. Ghana for to aba anfa president. Say omra me bompaye mo. Na say Ghana for person mo bompaye omo kwa asori Kwesi ada. Omo sorry them all night. Any midweek service, any revival, 21 days fasting and prayers. Ebi mu ye 40 days fasting and prayers. Ni nyina mo betimi agina so bompaye de ama mo honya aban ene ebesi ba bi ama mo so mo bompaye ho. We if you Kwesi Pratt. Also, they voted Mahama and the NDC to ensure that national resources are used sensibly to resolve their concrete problems of unemployment, poor national infrastructure, limited access to social services, and neo-colonial exploitation. And the way any Kwesi Pratt or say, yeah, to Obama Ghana president, so Omabwa na unemployment, I can say, of course, Ghana, hey, omo ensheda omo emeswano emfa emma omo rather than say, you could see a National Cathedral. Limited access to social services, limited access. And yama abaya create say you get access to no and so Ghana for to aba edema President John Dramani Mahama so omo hwe na sa na yama we o mie mu kese enfama Ghana for say the be ya ahoto beba omanim na enye asori dan na Ghana ona so mo ba ya omo eba besi ye enti we every Kwesi Pratt ho e no de ba so no de one Christian Council for nya adwene osanso ne president e no kra na hwehwe na so no se president nso agi atum se obehwe na National Cathedral no omo ewi audit na omasi o se no de onti ase wo honom ti we Kwesi Pratt ne nsem a ode tudwa wo honom ye beto aso ne de update na abrem ye kɔ Attorney General ho na ye de nsem a efiri ho eba aba betudwa ye nyina enim se there are a lot of mission schools Ghana has say a lot of mission schools ebi Islamic ebi mission and as a charismatic ebi some of the Orthodox churches no most of them almost so ACC schools any ade na eno na eho ensema ba say school ni bi wo ho a wokomu a na chese eni kwan say o practices some kind of religious beliefs bi wo ho enti ehun sem bebre eba ma 2024 obi ede eye Accra Wesley Girls court kire se obi ko ho no ma na ono oye nkramuni ene ese nya ha na obeye nkramusom no wa ha eye mission school enti wontimi meye nkramusom ene ma no ewo eye Methodist ha sei enti ehun sem bebre ena ebobo banti 2024 December Shafiq Osman ena de Wesley Girls School no court enti no and Attorney General de honsem ebetu dwa o kire say the mission schools now what Ghana has in they still have the liberty, they still have their right to ensure say omo beliefs are being practiced, omo agasa beliefs are being practiced in the school. Ayenkofa afufo bi beliefs am practicing wo school mu. Attorney General say they still have that right to ensure say omo believe no omo ebe maintain wo schools no mu. Na we ena one Ghanaian lawyer on also the right up tintin but also on tiase say o kasasa na emu masem a omo ede call court a omo guso a omo eka no omo wi asem na ebe hu asem ni na pom asibre na yahwe say mission schools no because okwa some other schools are you hear other schools how they do their things there at their tremo. Anyhow, these schools also, especially, he spoke about the Methodist Church, how they also want things to be done in their schools. Young kind way, they write up. Na yemfa emremo way from the law platform and no na Hubertie Esquire or Trey see. Something very interesting is going on today. Back in December 2024, Shafiq Osman, a Ghanaian lawyer and PhD candidate at the London School of Economics, sued Wesley Girls Senior High School and the government at the Supreme Court. I don't know, sue Omo. Shafiq Osman, December 2024, the Omo Echo Court, Wesley Girls Senior High School, or the Omo Court, or say, his argument was very simple. A public school cannot lawfully restrict the religious rights of Muslim students nor compel them to practice a faith they do not subscribe to. He grounded his case in the Constitution and international human rights principles. Enti samiyan kamuni nam kopiem ewo Roman asori ni school bi mu a yesi minsi rosary. Me kamuni no by force minsi rosary. There are some schools they will ensure say no matter your background, the yeye wo hono e also nso ye den uye bi. SDA ye be kwa sorry Saturday a. So wo kwa SDA school na se also uye bi na se omo so ayire ne kete wo sa school mu a e also nso so ginam. Now we be as a Muslim. Ubejinema yebi. Enti eno ena eko so some schools are doing it, some schools are not doing it. Mission schools no. Enti eno who write up now but today the Attorney General has taken a very different position. According to the Attorney General, Wesley Girls is not a public school in the ordinary sense. It is a school owned by the Methodist Church but managed and funded by the government of Ghana. The state funds it. The state funds it, yes, but that funding does not strip the school of its right to preserve its ownership and Methodist character. Aban the boss school in Hoka. School near Methodist Nidia, Methodist sorry Nidia, but Aban and a Bohoka. And the Aban a Bohoka and Trese Methodist omoniama omoye their practices any omo beliefs no yen ton twene da bi yes I just said the ownership no so oh ya to atwene oh ya je kwata de free ye Methodist for ensem eno any Attorney General the argument on so trying to side with the mission schools no eno na ebasi say under today's governing law faith-based schools are explicitly recognized as unique institutions within the public system. They enter formal agreements with the GES, maintain representation at the national level, and are legally acknowledged as faith-based bodies. Wesley Girls, therefore, in the AG's view, remains a Methodist mission school that receives government support but retains its rights to practice and promote its religion. And yes, practicing and promoting its religion. They want to make sure that people that pass through the school will complete the school, go out there, and yes, promote the religion and also promote the Methodist Church. And that is one of motiva. They come out to set up schools as and I say set up these mission schools, no. And yes, also so the real question before the court is no longer just about fasting or prayer. It is about the status of mission schools in Ghana's constitutional order. Are they public schools bound to absolute religious neutrality or faith-based institutions with protected identities even within the public education framework? What the court decides will redefine the relationship between the states, religion, and education in Ghana for years to come. And the only question is, public schools, no, are they bound, although abine a bon omuhuka, but for them to ensure religious neutrality, say we are neutral. Soon be a won't be a about Methodist school nim. And I say they want to ensure say we are Methodist near and I'll be bahobi. Onye Methodist near and because so will make sure say ye be and we be. You can't also come there and come and practice onyema oho entity say James Sane Amedi omo niema omo ye ewo other schools mu no untimi nya bi wo ho. And the other way around, some Christians communities, and as some Christian students, or more Christians on campus fellowship, some schools be even in as much as Islamic school, no, they are allowed to practice their Christian religion and as a Christian belief. And it is a say in some of courts, no, you can't court assembly we are, and no any better say. So your mission school, Obama quine to practice a religious neutrality, and answer you maintain who believes as a mission school and make sure so be about hobia say Roman and yet oya Yakubu and so oya Muhammad nia oba obefa rosary no ase Islamic schools also no matter Christian suma oye okọ Islamic school ha also do mama bebo form no menti no ene some quarter Attorney General they also sided with currently or more some who a Methodist church no or sided with them so they can continue to ensure say mobile practice or mobile beliefs because a buying fundy or man a buying seeker or the show interest the ownership too will be taken away from them. In here assembly kosia because 2024 December the court ye jinamuni ahwe baby kwa kowie honum ye twa so e de amamo. Yes, Kevin Taylor and some betuja. And some I'm saying you can't want some and chay be anti quickly no. You walk with you some now assembly no walk on say on tiasie say Christian Council almost so called president ho omudi akoto na nim say National Cathedral no onko to aso do nsi on tiasie say omo sebe omo abo omo ho ano ekọ Flagstaff House asema omo ekoka edit to president asum se onhwe no ndi hu dwuma ye National Cathedral no de enya de or so baako kra endiam ze Christian Council for the omo koye ho ne de ni nje ho ti yebekọ ne akwakotie Kevin Taylor ne nsem odi tudwa with Christian Council omo ensem a omo ekoka ye ho because said the nyina ni no say the president come here say waje atumu anesa waje atum se de sidie obesi but yenhwe ho asem a se ya aba no yenhwe no ho asem nka yenhwe no ho asem kan wi a ansane atoaso na ya hwese besi National Cathedral na yenim say NDC for dodo na even people who are working say government officials omo and presidential staffers bi mo kra ba bontin a omo empene so omo say on the ballot paper there was National Cathedral. Ghanaians voted against the National Cathedral. And on TSA say all of a sudden there's a U-turn. Omunim say president there. The Christosum edimu sa na ehu no. Obi a we say asori dan du e de ama na asori there. Na say the Christosum dimu. And he say wetimi asidu ama na asori there na National Cathedral no so obetimi abeboa ama yesi. And ye na mum yenko ne na ase na yenko kanche ne so on to aso no munsi. Eno na Kevin Taylor a lot of people I'll be Casano Kevin Taylor, or be kind, or say, Assembly to headquarters. And see Kevin Taylor, so then I'm not to me, Uncle Ngoti, then somebody to Johnny Rassi.
How many say? Ombeso Busa President say, Cathedral, you basically the baying. Here, the Christian Council of Ghana is urging President John Mahama to renew government's commitment to completing the National Cathedral, even amid the country's tough economic climate. A software no muboka sokuna sebio yesi we software onyame ebo yese ne seso nyansa anyame wo no enu bi no de boy no omko ka kire president Mr. President yenim se nyome mu adin yesi kasam na agiegu bibia tete apansam edwudwa epusu Ghana sikasam ebu nkoa sebio adani bolege President Mahama upon the Ghana for Fabu Nina, Woboa, so better Chiremano. Jato, Nebesi Cathedral, Maye, Mumianko Peace Council, Christian Council, when Yabu crew with more.
While we are aware of the prevailing economic difficulties, we believe that the cathedral's completion under a transparent, accountable, and inclusive framework would serve as a spiritual and cultural landmark for generations to come. We therefore humbly recommend Your Excellency the following three things: that government reaffirms its commitment to the project, to its continuation and completion, ensuring transparency in financial administration. 2, that a broad-based funding structure involving churches, the private sector, international partners be developed to reduce the fiscal pressure on the state. And 3, that the cathedral be positioned as a national interdenominational project that fosters unity among our people. Item number 4, the anti-graft stance of government. We are aware of the...
Say, nyamani bi wo hwa ho. So we nya abotra wa no betie panyini. So we nya abotra as a young Ghanaian, a young man. Now sometimes we nya abotra dan wan hye wo so a wa no betie mpanifo. And it do sometimes yetumi etena se bus eka kire ho say de na betuma ye ma ya no entia mpanifo. Ade a wankasa wo hwe ye, a young man watching me, a young woman unye dwuma nye. Aban we ba so. De aban ne ye no unhu embo apan be so boa na oma wo mbebunu na moye millions and millions of more Ghana munye dwuma. And the enkwara ko pe police soldier because of confidence aban started day but nipa bebre epu konkran nipa nsie wu because omu nyina pe soldier emma show ye papa mpanifo mu di osomanim omu priority ne say inketesia nsia ko pe dwuma because imra bi aban bi ba ya de bia de omu ka che so oh backlog nti afa backlog na omu sesa akowensafo wifo egu police ni soldier mu nti na Ghana for enya akwanya ema obi antimi sorry for the file and for an application and kope soldier no and the aban foforo ba ya obi emu a emu beda ho a and the nipa enya arehye mu kakra omu nyina pese omu kone form nti nipa ko board dompema emu nsia inketesa nsia aban we pese obi emu na aba we mpese obeka say oh 2024 for backlog ne be form enti ya form awie no empese obeda da Ghana for aban we ebiem say Ghana for mebunu mepadwuma emu nketesia nsiewu no asofo asori na pa edwara hohoro moto abo dusting powder abo kasok be catch president say Mr. President yenim se o mani mu aye din nketesia ne mabawa ewu efisa mu penwuma ende wo pese ubie enwuma ma omomo ye enso eno mfa ye ho cathedral bi akwasiam panyi bi ba ya obedada ye se ono de onfa Ghana sika nhyem na omaya asase keka obubu judge for daigu ye na sa cathedral jai bibia na kosi it is some time na ye din se obehya wo ho so se onka asem bi ntia panyini. Sometimes you ask yourself say I no mo shada na I so mo shada tena dem ka se Jack yedi atema che mumianko ni ndi atem kaka. I say I feel say sometimes sana no mo ye me sure pastor Christian council they do that. Omo tumi share that na say Jack na say na say obi ndi atem yeso enche bewu esi ade na yenye because ade we you nti ase one kasa who read this story no ana who read the statement no o catch a president say munim say nyomemu ayedin nti munim say nyomemu ayedin your priority cathedral. Is cathedral a priority now? In fact, Sir President ni jai bibia na osi cathedral na e dey for so ben pa na ebenya mo amabobo kasoki obi e wona asori dan a Sunday bia ogesha no ho Saint Cathedral ni wa ma asori na matete no ebegu ana. And it's a simple question. And sometimes no I say mo sorry no pa no mo frefre mo ho say mo WhatsApp group say yendi atem nti ye koko na ba yendi atem nti ye sesabro ba yendi atem nti e de ye BP na ba nti yenko di atem yeso empese be di obi atem. Because at this point in your own submission or your statement telling the president say munim say o mani sika sebra ya ding because you were with Ekufuado, you knew and you know. And you have always been in the known what Ekufuado used Ghana's money for. Even in your statement, you acknowledge to say the way the cathedral was put together was illegal. So why are you now standing in front of the president? I just move to Tuano Mahu, Eddie Abechirano, na President Akadiana, Afe, Ghana for Daniel Monogu president, and so say a Christopher per cathedral, Yabesi cathedral be, and a president said, I'll be, Diana Mopesa Moye. Yakasa the devil's incarnate. Yakasa Obonsambia, Sebio Yasha the Swabonipa. You are behaving like that. Menka say, Moya Monsam. But I said, you're a number of suntudia ebe bano, onye. And you people say, a namosuna, Sebio, Nyoma Besia, Munjai. What to try no mabi who, and I'm the better president, and Mabini, yet to Krumha. And a president can say, a back cathedral na, Nyoma Corsono, Nene Nine. Nipebia Bokrono disika, ye be a forensic audit into the cathedral, Sika Sama, over 400 million. Tinti sebio. Moya politicians kura mumbu Ghana and I say mundo Ghana kurano anka mun train na audit no munwie na omo amudu omo se kan Ghana sika because of cathedral no se moya sofo pa mo pese Ghana fo hu se mudi no kura. You wait, because when it comes to religion, especially Christianity, it's all about accountability. Heaven yebeko yenko accountability ntra. Now you have a president who is telling you, say, let's wait for accountability and make sure, say, omudi sa bono na yatwa masono. Mudimirika beka chen say, in the middle of this crisis, I yet try to solve Ghana's economic problem. No, the president should make the cathedral a priority. Muna mo ye nyomama bonsam eduma ye juma. Now the Christian Council is becoming a devil's council. Because I don't expect you people to be doing the work of the devil. Because what you are doing right now, you are basically baiting Ghanaians and baiting the president. For the president to put a statement out for you to say, and a president person betwaso. Having now mokra mo pesa mokono. Udu nyankopon enima anasa mo nyame enima. It is going to be about accountability. The Bible from Genesis to the last page, it's about accountability. If accountability is missing in everything, then it means to say, corruption takes over. Lies and corruption takes over. Into religion itself is accountability. Because if you're not able to account for obra now boy, and the life God gave you, even living, you cannot account for that when you are dead. You can only account for what you have done is after you are dead. It is a way to me and accounts now. Heaven won't be raho. You can be the holiest man on earth, but a day will come where you will need to render accounts. And then when you render the account before your maker, and you are not able to do the needful by telling him, say, then you fail the tester. And this is what the president has already said. Let us make sure accountability, you go through the accountability to get to that point where we will make a decision. Say, sa juma die we na ye di ye no na mfa so ye hian sisia ebe hian se de sika be shem e hian se be si baby. Let the accountability process be exhausted. And now this action, you people want to protect some criminals. It looks like you are rushing the government to do something by covering something up. The government has time to do this forensic audit to make sure that the accountability is crudging. It is looking like, say, you people are uncomfortable with the area forensic audit because you Christopher and you see a cathedral and you come to the conclusion, say, nipe bi afa hu de diska. Inti dia na afase you ebe twen na omo ye hwehwemu ni bewie na omo ye hu omo bo kro no. Den na yetete nkran a ogina nkran ni maka chese ensanko tete nkran ne foforo. Unless you have some idea, be an idea, papa. That is what you people, and then they hear me about what you are doing. Firstly, from Christian Council. Now your behavior is looking more like the devil's council. Because the devil's council is always looking for ways to buy time, to create a loophole for people who have committed crime to go through the cracks. Let us allow the process to work. The same thing. Sanka president we buy and when this idea we hujuma and okoya and come over alternatives, like I say, government and politicians are the same. Because John Mahama per se because the politicians are the same, no, and internet per se a forensic audit on the cathedral project. So why don't you people allow it? John Mahama ba bemu 11 months in Andrew 1 year. Almost started some investigations with forensic audit way. Andrew 1 year. What is the rush? What is the rush for you people to come to Jubilee House, Mr. President? You know, said ever ready to allow the process to work. You people should allow the process to work. Unless you people want to cover something up, you want to gloss over some things, you want to rush the government so that the needed important information now you people want to push the government to skip that process. We don't want to skip the process. We respect you people as group of religious men, but you people too should prove to us and say you are in favor of accountability. Are you in a rush? Munyanko pona ye nyina yesomo no. O se yenya botre na onu anka se bebu aten ye ne na ekoso no. Ade ne ho pepre yi. Ade ye nyonkofo bi edi abamu ana, ye hu nipa bi abokro no ana. Ade ne ye wo president ne tiko. Onko ye de yin. President ya made adwuma no say adwuma mo de ama me pese nipa bi hwehwem. Ye mo mu hwehwe adwuma no ma. Mo pese mo set president up ana. Mo pese obi na no ka asem na mo ka say aha, politicians are the same. Mo pese obeka bibi na ba omia mo kotam ka say President Mahama can say and we can say the president has been consistent or say over 400 million and you're losing as a nation because of this project. In the first place, we were told that this project wasn't a project which was going to be funded by the taxpayer. We ended up knowing, say, the taxpayers' money was used. Some we are software mokano kra. Some we didn't ameno kre. Na se munim samu wunambeko heaven. Sorry, I'm no. You are even asking for accountability. Meme Anglican niakwara. I was born an Anglican, St. Paul's Diocese of Boise. Every Sunday, biano, answer your pono, your friend, a sorry accountant, a man churchrim, month way, sika nyaye, imeko for a men's fellowship, your two a day collection, and then say daba, you 10,000. Yet that is transparency and accountability. Eba sika semna ya masofo kotenan chen asori panyi tenan chen na de asori accountant abegina ho na wa church sika sem num sene be ya ye hu bibi ya na ebusa no mo de you want to skip that process. John Mahama is the head of the church. And I'll say, Bibia koso inti yanhwehwem into a in conform of hwehwem asori no, which is Ghana. Mo prema kwa hin na mo hia. I say, with all due respect, Christian Council now than the Devil's Council. Right now, you are propagating devil's actions. Let the process work. What's this rush? Obiani Ghana waka say cathedral no yabesho no. Let us sit there.